All right, to start with, we're gonna grab our glue, our paintbrush, and then our bag of unstained blocks. We're gonna open this up and we're gonna start gluing our blocks together. We're gonna first make our bottom row and our top row. So I'm gonna pull out 10. That's gonna be our bottom, 1, 2. All right, so in the end, it's gonna look like this whenever we're done with that row. Put up my glue. And you don't need to douse it in glue, just enough to hold it together. Push them together real good so they can hold. And actually, I'm gonna let those dry a little bit. So I'm gonna do another group of 2. You'll wanna clean up any glue that's kind of seeping out, because you don't wanna be able to see that. All right, and then we're gonna start connecting our 2s together. You'll still wanna be gentle because they're wet, so they can fall apart easily. You'll notice I keep kind of moving it off of its spot. That's because it's wanting to stick. So if you lift it while it's still wet, it won't stick too bad, and it won't break whenever you try to lift it up. Okay, and then we're gonna set this one aside, let it dry completely. Then we'll start on the top row. We need 9 for that one. So 1, 2. If they're moving around too much on you, you can just glue 2 at a time and let them dry completely, and then attach them instead of waiting until instead of attaching them right away. All right, we're gonna set this group aside, and now we're gonna make our sides. We're gonna do 2 groups of 5. We're going to let these dry completely before we move on to our next step. And you will have 3 blocks left over, and we'll show you what to do with those in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take one of our leftover pieces first. We're going to put some glue on it. And then on our piece that has 10 pieces on it, we're going to stick this right in the middle. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to go right here on that line. We're gonna assemble this upside down. So we're gonna take our 2 side pieces, and they're gonna sit just like this on the top. So we're gonna do one side at a time and let them dry. All right, once your sides are dry, we're just gonna add a little bit more glue on the sides here. Lightly push down. You don't want to be too rough because your blocks will fall apart. But if they do, all you have to do is glue them back again. And then we're going to let that dry completely, and then we'll turn it over. All right, so be sure you flip it back over. This one is going to be on the bottom like that. And then we're going to attach our last 2. So you want to take one of your month blocks and put that in the middle on the edge like that. Take one of these and put some glue. This is just going to be your guide on where to glue this at. And don't put them too close because you want to be able to move this in and out. So So leave enough space to be able to do that easily. All right, then we're gonna let that dry completely and we're gonna start staining it. We're gonna grab our stain and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the inside first. And you don't wanna put this on very thick because it is just a stain. You don't want it to be painted. Make sure we got all the spots covered. And then we're gonna let it dry, and then we'll put the finishing touches on it. Okay, so you can play around with wherever you wanna put your flower at, you know, whichever side. I think I like this side the best, so I'm gonna take my hot glue, douse it in that, and stick it right on up there. All right, and since this is May, I'm gonna grab my May cube and stick that right there in the middle and put all my extras right back here to store them. There we go. And then I'm gonna put my cubes in, and I think today's the 20th, so I'm gonna put them right in there. And you have your calendar.